Welcome back, everybody, to another wonderful vlog. It's been a couple days. We're still chilling out. The weather here where I live in the Midwest is still currently absolutely freezing. So there's not much to do outside. I mean, there is, but do I really want to vlog it right now? Not currently. But the vlog that I'm doing is pretty much just about me and things I like and things I do. And it's going to be a hodgepodge of randomness. Now, I know that's going to hurt my algorithm. Not here for algorithms. It'd be nice if they took off. But what I have noticed in my views and looking through those is that you guys like when I do a show and tell. Now, I'm a guitarist. I have a bass. You've seen it. It's the Mark Hoppus Jag bass. Today, I am going to show you another one of my sweet guitars. Now, this one, I don't think it has a name. It's just an Epiphone Les Paul Custom. It's one of the newer ones. So yeah, and if you like what you see, add this channel, subscribe, I guess, subscribulation. So anyways, without further ado, let's get into it. This right here, dun 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 na 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 na. Is my Epiphone Les Paul Custom, and I think I still got it tuned to E flat. Yeah, I think that's E flat pretty much. But this is my baby. Now there's some really cool things about it. If you I'm not a shredmeister. I play pop punk, so I'm more into things that I do like this. Play that type of things. So this thing's really cool because, first and foremost, I am not a huge fan of the Epiphone headstock. When I mean the Epiphone headstock, I mean the dog-eared version. This is the Kalamazoo headstock for Epiphone. It's the small version. You've got the open matchbook bigger version, which is on the higher dollars. I think this in America was about $800. If you want to pay $1,300, you will get the Gibson headstock. You'll still get the 3-screw truss rod. Come on, Epiphone. We're paying that much money. You want this thing to be a Les Paul. I've seen it before on you guys. Just do the 2-screw. The one here and the one here. The Epiphone expensive version has all the Gibson electronics, pots, controls. It has the actual mother of pearl, like this, inlay. This is acrylic. This is pretty standard for Epiphones. But yeah, I don't like the dog-eared headstock, which is on the older ones, where, like I said, this part's like dipped in. Now, there are some Korean sought-after models that do have that, and I would, because they don't make them with the Kalamazoo headstock, I would absolutely love to find a Zakk Wylde, and it has the dog ears. It just looks like a big old paddle. I think this harkens back to the Kalamazoo Gibson Epiphone days. And one of the things that always irked me on my older Epiphones is I didn't like, I'm going to cover up some of it, that the serial number was just a sticker and or water slide decal. These actually have imprinted, it's me on the camera, actually have imprinted or embossed, stamped in. That's cool. Those serial numbers. You got the Grover tuners with the kidney beans, and it's in gold. Like I said, you got the mother of pearl split diamond. And what's cool about these, which they've done recently, is these used to be a little bit smaller, and that was a big complaint for the visual cue guys like me. So they've actually matched the size almost to Gibson. You got your Les Paul custom markings there. And like I said, you got your big block inlays. They're acrylic, not mother of pearl like you can get on Michael, on the other higher end Epiphones. But what it does have is it does have the ebony fretboard. A lot of the older, not the newer ones with the smaller Kalamazoo headstock, had rosewood, and they were dyed dark. So after you played them for a couple months, your fingers always looked really black. and it was the dye coming. And then after a while of cleaning it, it just went to a red rosewood or a dark rosewood. It was lucky if you got a dark one. Now, on some of these, I've played their ebony, and it still does the same thing. They've dyed it darker. This is not the case with this one. And I was saying what's cool about this one is they usually only have the white or the black version, right? Alpine white or the ebony. This comes with a flame maple veneer. It's a veneer. It's just a thin sheet on top of a maple cap. And then it has the double bound body, obviously. Woo! It's solid mahogany back. I count 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, 4-piece body that I can count just by looking at it. But it still has very carefully hid a neck scarf joint here. It's hard to see, but it's right there where my fingerprint is. It's hidden under the walnut. It's not wine red. Walnut finish pretty well. And you do get a pretty looking veneer, which is funny because I've seen some really shoddy veneers. You get the episode 4 guitar. You get the Epiphone Onico pickups. They're not ceramic, and then you have their Tone Pros or Tone Lock, where it actually locks it in place. Bridge and tailpiece. What's really cool about those is when you take them off, they don't fall off like the Gibsons. They're locked in place. I don't know why Gibson hasn't done that yet. One thing that's always surprised me about the Epiphones is the oh my god, look at me everywhere, is the thickness of the stud screw that goes in. On the Gibsons, it's screw thickness. These are actually bolt thickness, I'd say. So I've always appreciated that. And then, of course, you got your Phillips, which the Gibson doesn't have. It only has thumb wheels. But overall, this is a pretty decent Epiphone. I might have twisted it. Could be out of tune. Well, you know, it sounds a little out of tune now. That is the only gripe that I have with this. It's not in the nut. I've already slotted the nut again. It is graphite lubed. This, I don't know why. Tuned this probably 2-3 days ago. Have played on it, not heavy, just sitting in the office. It falls out of tune a lot. Some guitars are just that way, but I'm a stickler for being in tune, so usually, not obviously before I film a vlog, I'll tune it up. I just played it this morning, it was fine. Very temperamental this one is. Truss rod has tension to it. It's not just loose and flopping around. It's not a wiggle neck. It doesn't have the long tenon like I like, and maybe that's different. I don't know, it's just like a tone thing, I guess. But the thing that sold me on this is they're usually in only certain colors, and they came out with this Tri-Burst, a Guitar Center special, as they say. Other websites did a Cherry Burst. Some have done a Cobra Burst, which is really cool. It's a black to like Cobra color. Is Cobra a color? But this one hasn't gotten a name, and the reason this one hasn't gotten a name, because if I was going to use this in a live performance, I would have to have it tuned immediately before it hits the stage, play 2-3 songs on it, and get it off the stage. Where it has my Tom DeLonge, or what you guys will see in a future video, my 30-year-old made in Mexico Stratocaster that's an absolute joy to play, and I found it literally in mint condition. The only thing is that the original owner had changed the scratch guard, pick guard, and backplate to black instead of the original white. But they are Fender licensed because I've pulled it to see what's inside of it, if they're the original pickups, and it does have the pick guard from a long time ago, markings from Fender inside of it. So this is my Epiphone No Name. I love it for what it is because of the color. I probably, everybody knows that my dream, and if you don't know, you're gonna know now. My dream guitar, and they just came out with it. The first Gibson I ever put in my hands and I fell in love with was a 1978, and I know people say bad wood yours, bad build, pancake body, 3-piece neck. It has a volute, which is one of the reasons I love my Epiphone inspired by Custom Flying B that we'll get to at some point. They just came out with a reissue of that. You still have the I think it's a 1-piece neck with a volute, regular body, but the tops were also 3 pieces, and they've at least replicated the top. It's a plain top, there's no flame. If there is, you're lucky. If it's just naturally in the maple, but they're 3-piece tops. I fell in love with that guitar. Thinnest neck ever, plus a volute. That's good for if you hit these things. They're not 100% foolproof, but they do help a little bit. If Epiphone came out with their version of that, I'd probably buy that first, because that's, you know, $1,300 versus $4,000. I'm not made of money. I am a working class man, so that definitely throws it. But it satisfied my custom itch. Now, I've had a silver burst version of this guitar that stayed in tune perfectly. So it really is, and I've gone through and done everything I can, other than take it to a luthier to see if I'm missing something. But I've been playing for 26 years. I've been through the gambit with these before. Sometimes you just get one that won't hold tune. So pickups are amazing. Pickups are absolute fire. They mimic the Gibsons very well. But yeah, this is No Name Epiphone. He's a horse with no name. Whose horse is that? Anyways, guys, if you wanted to get this guitar, if you can't afford it, get the Alpine White, the Ebony. If you can find these guys used online, you can do that as well. It's crapshoot. And you know what? It's not just limited to Epiphone. I've had bad Gibsons. I've had bad Fenders. Those are the ones that don't last. This one has a special meaning. I got it on my birthday, went shopping with my best friend. So it'll stay around, and I'm sure over time of tinkering more with it, removing some dust, I will fine tune it if it means that, you know, I got to get better Grovers, because I will tell you the truth. They all come from the same place, and it's not always where they say they come from. You know, a lot of people get stuck on that have to have American built. Well, yeah, back up until like the 60s and 70s, everything was built in America. A lot of the American built guitars have foreign parts on it, but it's assembled in America. The husk and everything, and everything's done, but the tuners all come from the same place. Strap buttons come from the same place. Pickups don't. These are obviously overseas made, whereas Gibson has their own in-house and their own outsource with Seymour Duncan. So if I were to recommend you this guitar, I'd give it a solid 7. This one in my hands. You could probably find this guitar if you play through them. That you could give it a solid 8, 9, maybe even a 10 if it suits your fancy. But that's why it doesn't have a name. I haven't fully bonded with it yet, but it did satisfy my custom itch. But if you can save the extra, let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, $500, get the inspired by Gibson design with the Gibson headstock, built in the same factory. But you get the mother of pearl block inlays and all the Gibson goodness on the inside, and just a little bit more attention to detail. But I will also tell you that that does not mean you, even though it looks like it, that you have a Gibson. And that is my goal someday. 1978 Gibson Custom and or the 70s reissue, which is in wine red, which is oddly, because I played that guitar, my favorite color. So yep, show and tell, the old No Name. It's a great guitar. At some point I'll plug all these in. I'm in the office. There's people in other offices, so I can't plug in. Some point I'll get it plugged into my old Fender. Be on the lookout. There's going to be a vlog coming soon where I'm going to show Ruby, my 30-year-old 1996 made in Mexico Stratocaster. I found it on the Wall Guitar Center used for $500, and it was in mint condition. There's not a dent on the body. There's not a scratch. Somebody cased it and loved it. And there's a cool story with the case that I got with it that I'll tell you about, and we'll talk about the frets. This is how I could tell it wasn't refretted. There's no refret markings. There's no toolings. It wasn't recrowned. The frets on this guitar, like I said, this was a case queen. They were unplayed. So we'll get into that later. This has been an Epi with no name. If you like it, do the things, hit buttons, or don't. This is me doing me, you doing you, and we do this together, don't we? We do this as much as we can. I'm now going to spend half an hour it's going to take 15 minutes to upload a 15-minute video. So much fun. It's a good time. This is great. I like it a lot. So yeah, be on the lookout. No name. Thank you guys for showing up today, and I'll see you in the next vlog. And just for Guy on the Adventure sakes, just say it. Over and out. But I gotta press the button. Later.